Alright, what's up everybody? We got another day making clothes and working on a drop. Today I gotta figure out what the vibe of my brand is gonna be, or at least what this first drop's gonna be. So I got the product, I got the logo, got the website, got a bunch of other stuff. I just need to figure out what kind of vibe do I want to get off and give off, and I'm gonna explain what that means to you guys and how we're gonna figure out what it's gonna be. Okay, so let's go. Cool, so vibe. What is a vibe? When you think about that, it can mean a lot of things, but the context I'm using it in is for a business or a brand or a product. You know, what kind of feeling or what do you see when you get something? Like, if I got a pair of basketball shoes, I know they're basketball shoes, but you can kind of take that away for a second and think, look, these are shoes, and when I look at them, I think, oh, basketball, Adidas, you know, a certain pattern, and you can think too, it's a little higher end. It doesn't look that cheap in a sense, but the most important thing is the vibe it gives off is it's a basketball shoe, right? Got another one right here. These are the Wembanyamas I just got. So Nike, you know, you get the vibe, basketball shoe. We got let's see. This one is what I got at the thrift store a long time ago, and something to do with Chamber of Commerce in Ontario, but could this be, you know, traffic cone vibes? It's kind of a vibe, right? So, and then got this brand, Vibe the Youth, a couple years ago. And you think kind of streetwear fashion when you look at that. And then what I'm trying to figure out is, what's the vibe for this? So this is what I made, the triple cross zip up, and I got more stuff on it on IG and TikTok and all that. You can kind of see a better look at it on my website, but what I gotta figure out is what is the vibe of this and how do I market that? So it is a cool product and I love it a lot, but to figure out the vibe of it, I can do that in a few ways, and you can think about this generally too. It can be with the product itself, the people who wear it. The photo shoots are really important, I feel like. So where I take photos of it, where I wear it, and what I sort of put out on Instagram, on TikTok, my website, that's kind of trying to find your audience too, you know, if you're wearing, you know, you see videos of people on the street, in the city, you know, showing off their outfits, and that's sort of streetwear, and that's the kind of the vibe it gives off. And then I have people, you know, if they got like a snowboard jacket or some big puffer, they'll go in the snow. And then you think, okay, this is what I'll wear in the snow, and this is the audience and the vibe I kind of want to appeal to. So with this, my brand is, let's see, you know the logo? Easter's coming up. It's the crucifixion, Jesus in the middle, and the two thieves. And then it's a crop fit, you know, dark color. So what's the vibe in that? And I don't necessarily want to like go to a church and say, oh, you know, it's the vibe, because, you know, it's a piece of fashion, and I want to figure out how to sort of establish itself and sort of make a story out of it and make it more appealing to the eye and all this other stuff. So building the vibe of it. So I got to figure that out. Okay, so what can I use for inspiration to figure this stuff out? I got to find stuff that I like and that's appealing, and that has a fashion undertone, and I can use that and brainstorm ideas on where to do photo shoots and figure out the vibe. And then there's a really loud car. So what inspires me and what can I use? Let me see. Right, boom. I got the Bleach manga collection. Probably my favorite manga here. Anime, whatever you want to call it. I got some, you know, sports cards here, but, you know, the main thing is, you know, when you look at these characters, I find a lot of inspiration fashion-wise from this, and so do a lot of other people. So, you know, you look at stuff that inspires you, and, you know, that's something itself too. This dude's wearing long white flowing robes, and the stance and the posture, all this stuff you can use and sort of figure out what you want your vibe to be and how to translate that into a brand. And, you know, all these people here are wearing different stuff, and what is it, this guy got some kind of robe on. Another thing too is my snowboard. I like this thing a lot, but you can also get a vibe from this. It sort of looks futuristic, and I like this dude in the middle. I don't really know what he's doing, but Kind of seems chill. But you know, the point of it is it gives off a vibe too. You know, using stuff you like to find inspiration is gonna help you in the long run. So like I was saying earlier, you look up streetwear on Instagram, and plus Instagram too, you know, good source too to look at stuff. You just see what other people are doing. Look up streetwear. There's dudes just doing all sorts of poses and different outfits, and you can sort of get some inspiration from this too and understand, you know, if I had to compare one of my products, this is embroidery, this S here that I have in the back of mine, and then this is more of a crop fit, this blue jacket, pretty similar to what I'm doing. So yeah, it's good to look at what these guys are doing and sort of see how I can use that to yeah, figure out some photo shoots and start portraying a vibe I want to give off for my brand. So, and I'll probably wrap it up here for this video, this part of it. And I'm gonna be working on that the next few days. Right now for the triple cross zip up, which I'm gonna be selling for my first drop, it's being manufactured in a sense right now. I gotta get the third and final sample finalized and get that finished. So while I do that, I can figure out some more stuff on the back end of what my brand should be and what I want it to look like. And you know, if you guys got any feedback, any tips, or anything you just want to say, you know, let me know in the comments. I got you know, notes and all that. Pretty big note taker. What's my brand's vibe? And you know, I like to write stuff down. It helps me brainstorm and remember stuff. So that's a good thing to learn too. You know, just write stuff down. And yeah, I'm gonna be working on that. Let's see. Let's close out with a Bible verse. Why not, right? You got. Let's see. Proverbs 27:19. Okay. As a face is reflected in water, so the heart reflects the real person. So, what do we think about that? You know, your heart's gonna reflect your character and what kind of person you are. And God knows our hearts completely, and there's nothing we can hide from Him. So I say we be honest and try to be, you know, righteous and serve God and love others and forgive others and let our hearts reflect our personality. So there's more to it, but, and you can, you know, comment what you think about this too, but a good proverb and a good way to close this one out. So I'll keep you guys updated. Stay around and you'll see what we're doing with the brand. So this was how to build a vibe for a brand. So this is how to build a vibe for a brand, part one. Maybe the only part. We'll see.